Hi, I'm Jules, trail name Glow, and I hiked the Colorado Trail last summer. Today I wanted to talk about food. I am going to go through my cook system real quick, what I brought / like how I resupplied, and then I'm actually hiking the Trans Catalina Trail this weekend. It's just 40 miles. So I got 2 days of hiking, 3 nights of camping. And I wanted to show you what I'm packing for that because a lot of this food is actually left over from the CT. So first off, this is my trail system. This is my dog Indy. He hiked the first 175 miles with me and then he had to bail. Can you go away, buddy? Lay down. So first up, I started off with a little fuel can, and I swapped this out in hiker boxes along the way for just a fuller one. So this is the last one I had on the trail. I had this little cup. I think it's 400 milliliters. I wish I had a 600 milliliter one. This is really hard to like actually cook things in. It's literally a cup. And then the bigger ones, you can fit the fuel can in, which saves like volume because this is empty on the inside. So next time I'd probably go up because I brought pasta on the trail and I ended up regretting it because I couldn't cook in here. I just borrowed a pot from someone else. But I have this little stove. It's like, I bought it for $7 for Evergo. It's Electricity is the brand. I think I got it on Amazon in a 2-pack for $14. It has an auto ignite, which has yet to fail me. And it does the trick. It's lightweight. It's not fancy. Hi, buddy. And then last, I always bring a pocket knife. This is mainly to cut vegetables. I like to stop and get fresh veggies in town. And this is just like an easy thing to have. And then I can also use it for like safety if I needed to like cut some branches or like willow bark or something. I don't know. It's a little heavy. I would like to switch to an ultralight one. But I use this to cut food if I need to. Since I did have Indy with me and I am vegan, I opted to send myself resupply boxes. Honestly, I kind of wish I hadn't. I needed the dehydrated kibble, and then I figured I wouldn't have the option to get like a lot of vegan food cheaply because I didn't save a lot of money for this trail, so I wanted just the least expensive foods. So I resupplied. I sent myself a box in Jefferson, one in Breckenridge, one at Twin Lakes, and then there's one for me at Monarch. I did both sides of the collegiate loop, so then I came back to Twin Lakes, had another one, and then I had a box at Lake City. And then my partner at the time, no longer, met me at Mullis Pass and had my last box for me there. So I've resupplied quite often because I didn't want to be carrying a ton of food. And I'm happy I did. And I'm happy, there's pros and cons. So it was really nice. I saved money. I never went into a single grocery store the whole time. And I knew that I had I didn't have to do any math on trail. I just had to open the box and fill up my backpack and I was fine. That was really lovely. I went to Sam's Club and bought all of the things. So I was able to save so much money buying in bulk. Are you itchy, buddy? That was really great. The downside is I was at the whim of the Postal Service. So there was multiple times on this month-long trek that I wanted to go and get my box, but it was okay, it's a Saturday. The day that I was hiking in the Breckenridge, I had to wake up at 1:30 in the morning so that I would get to the post office before it closed at noon. Because I had 13 miles to go and I was nervous that I wouldn't get there in time. So I woke up early, ended up taking a nap and had plenty of time. I got there as the post office opened, but I was nervous. So I couldn't sleep and I almost ran out of food. I sent a box to Jefferson, which no longer has a post office. So my box was lost to the world and I just didn't have food for 3 days, 2 days. 2 days that I didn't have food. And people were really kind and they gave me food. There was like a jar of peanut butter in the hiker box I took. But it was kind of not the best. And then later on in the trek, I realized that I had actually overpacked some of those boxes. I was hiking. I finished the trail 10 days earlier than I had planned. So then I ended up with extra food, which was kind of a bummer because I didn't want to waste it. Like for me personally, I was like, I can just put this in hiker boxes, but I was like, oh, I spent money on this. I should have it. So I ended up sending home my Lake City box because I didn't need it. I just like paid, I think it was 25 cents and had it sent back. Which was kind of a bummer to like have that, to be like, oh, I spent all this money and now I'm still eating this food. I have like 8 ramen for lunch some days, you know, it's been months now. It is like, I don't know, 6 months since the trail, maybe longer, 8 months. So yeah, it was nice to not have to think about it, but then my needs also changed along the way. I think for future longer hikes, I would probably send myself a couple, and then maybe like plan it out, go to a store when I finally need a resupply, buy in bulk, and then mail myself stuff further down the trail. My phone's about to die. And it was annoying to have to be like, I have to hike this. I can't just like take it easy because then I'm going to end up in a town and I'll have to pay to stay the night. And I really didn't want to take 0 days. But I also couldn't really afford to stay in hostels. So it ended up kind of being annoying to have to wait or have to plan my hike around USPS hours. So pros and cons there. I personally, by the end of the trail, got kind of sick of some of the things I got since I bought in bulk. I was like, oh, I'm eating the same 2 types of granola bars every day. Instead of using, like, I have one of these backpacking meals. I think I brought 2 meals on the whole trail. Everything else, I made my own backpacking meal. So I got, like, this is chili, and I got TVP since I am a vegan, dehydrated beans from Natural Grocers, dehydrated veggies, and then some, like, it's called not chicken. It's like veggie stock bouillon cubes, and put that in here. And then and I think there's carrots in here too. And maybe some rice, dehydrated, like minute rice. And then I made myself backpacking meals. Same thing for breakfast. Like I made myself oatmeal packets. So I bought like oats in bulk and dried fruit in bulk, and there's protein powder in here. And that really helped me save on costs. I did that for almost all my meals. I did not make my own granola bars. That was the only thing. But I made my own trail mix. Like I bought the nuts and everything separate, the seeds, and then put it all together, and that saved me a ton of money and also made me feel a little bit better from like a sustainability mindset. I didn't want to have like 3 of these a day or something. I made a gallon Ziploc, so then I would plan out my meals so that I could use as little, these are compostable Ziplocs, but to use as little as possible. So this is like 2 to 3 servings of chili in here, and I could, if I had a 3-day stint, I would just eat chili for 3 days and have 1 bag, or I would send myself a big gallon bag with all my snacks in it. And then I had these reusable snack bags that I make for my company, Wild Brush. And then I could put in my snacks for just the 1 day. So I would have like a big bag with all trail mix and dried fruit and whatever. And then I would just like pick out what I wanted for that 1 day and put the rest in my backpack. Yeah, so I don't even remember what I was talking about, but I'm gonna lay out. I'm leaving tomorrow to hike the Catalina Trail. It's 38 miles, I think. I'm taking a train there, so I am gonna be on a train for 20 hours to get there and 20 hours to get home. So I also have some food. Like I'm bringing extra snacks, and then I'm bringing myself a sandwich for the way there, and then I figured I'd stop and get food on the way home. But let's go through what I packed for meals. So whenever I'm planning backpacking, I'll like get the stuff I know I need, and then I calculate out like how many nights, how many days. I'm not someone that really eats lunch. I eat lunch at home, but on trail, my ADHD gets the best of me, and I just snack, and I know that about myself. I tried really hard on the CT not to do that, but I ended up, by the end of the trail, just like only eating snacks for lunch. My phone ran out of storage. Okay, so I don't really remember what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna go through what I'm packing for the Trans-Catalina Trail, and this is exactly what I did on the CT. I had a huge table with all of the stuff I bought for the whole month, and divided it up. And then if I had like gaps where I was like, ooh, I don't have enough granola bars or whatever, I went to the store and then I bought more stuff to fill it. So I have one homemade bag of apple cinnamon oatmeal. I did just add craisins to this. There's like nuts and protein powder and sugar and all the good stuff. So one bag of oatmeal for breakfast. I have another bag. This is what I call the blueberry seed bliss oatmeal. There's like goji berries and coconut chips and a bunch of other dried blueberries, chia seeds. This was my least favorite one I made. It ended up just kind of being bland. But I have 2 of those, and then I have this Wild Zora carrot cake oatmeal. I got this out of a hiker box in Lake City. I had 2 of them, and it was really good. So gonna get this for breakfast. And then I have some Quaker instant oats to eat on the ride back. I don't know. This is like extra for one of the train rides. And then again, I don't eat lunch. So I have Bobo's. They sent me some stuff a couple months ago, just like a free care package. So I have their lemon poppy seed and their apple pie. So I brought 1 a day of those. Plus, so 6 in total for the trail. Plus 2 extras for the train rides. So I'll show you this after, but I kind of lay it out very much in a crazy manner. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. And then on top of that, I actually have 2 Kind bars from a trip I took last week. So I'm just throwing those in as extras. I might not eat all this food. I'm hiking 20 miles a day, but hiker hunger doesn't really kick in for me until like a couple weeks in. So I don't think I'm going to need all this food, but I'd rather overpack, especially because I'm bringing a bigger backpack than I normally would, and just have snacks for the train ride than to be hungry on an island. On top of that, I have these, again, left over from my bike trip last weekend. I have these Annie's fruit snacks. Normally, I bring dried mango. That is my fruit of choice, and I get a big bulk bag. These are super expensive. They're so good, though. So I brought 1 of those a day, again, with an extra for train rides. That goes over there. And then on top of that, also left over, more fruit leathers. So I get 1 of those a day with an extra for the train. I have POTS, post-orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. So I can lose consciousness and a bunch of other random things if I'm not well hydrated, especially getting enough salt. It's a blood pressure issue. So I have these elements. This one's my favorite, the watermelon salt. The raspberry salt's really good too. I have these element packets, and in my daily life, I need at least 1 to 3 of these on the trail. I try to have 3 a day. Again, since this is such a short trail, I don't know if I'm gonna need all of it. I'm really excited to try this mango chili flavor. But I brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 packets of electrolytes. So that roughly gives me enough for 2 a day, plus 1 for the train on either end. And then I also have these electrolyte chews from Salt Stick. They have a bunch of, like, they're chew. The other things go in your water. But these, you literally chew them into your mouth. So these kind of go wherever need be. Usually I'll take like 1 to 3 of these a day. I ran out of storage again. So electrolytes. I also normally bring loose leaf tea and a tea ball. My dog ate my tea ball and I haven't gotten a new one yet. So I have just 3 things of vanilla chai that I had laying in my car. In case I want tea. It's gonna be warm. I don't know if I'm gonna want it. And then for dinner, I have this, which I'm pretty sure is expired. I'm gonna be honest. I bought this like years ago at a discount store, so I think it was like on the brink of expiration there, but it's fine. It's dehydrated food. I think it's gonna be fine. But this is like 2 servings. I cannot finish this all at once, so I figured I'd have it for dinner one night, and then I could eat it leftover the next night as well, or for lunch, you know, could move it around. And then I have 2 to 3 servings of this homemade dehydrated chili. This is my favorite thing that I brought on the CT. I got all the ingredients from Natural Grocers. It's like, I don't know if you guys have that where you are, but Natural Grocers and Trader Joe's actually have really good backpacking food. I got like freeze-dried berries from Trader Joe's. I got these dehydrated beans, dehydrated, what are they called? Red peppers. I got a ton of like really good dehydrated food from Natural Grocers, and it was not that expensive compared to like this I paid $6 for, and that's on sale. This is also very good, but if you're broke like me and you need to make things in bulk, I would recommend your grocery stores. Yeah, Trader Joe's had a ton of stuff. So that, oh, and then I have my snack bag. This has almonds and craisins in it, just for extra snacks. I'll probably eat these on the train if I'm being honest, so I'm gonna put those in my train pile. But that's it. I'll show you a top-down view. I will say, I think I already said this, you can get by buying things along the way and eating out of hiker boxes. I ended up swapping a lot of my stuff for hiker boxes, and I found some good stuff. Like, I will never pass up going through a hiker box. I found some high-end snacks in there that I can't afford. Like, I got some Go macro bars. Those things are like $4 each. So delicious. So I don't think it's necessarily to pre-plan your food the way that I did. It did help me a lot. I ran out of food because of that hiker box, or the box mishap in Jefferson. But after that, I actually had way more food than I needed. So it just kind of depends. I went through beforehand and I had a spreadsheet. I calculated out how many days it would take me to get to each resupply, which if you know where you're planning to stop, you could do that. And then kind of like, if you're not sending yourself boxes, if you're buying things at the grocery store in town or whatever, you could go and be like, okay, I have like 5 more days till I'm going to go through another town. I need to get food that will last me this long. So it was really helpful to do that and to be like, okay, this is box 1 and I need this to last for 3 days. This is box 2. I need this to last for 5 days, and whatever it is. So you can like divvy it up, and obviously things roll over and things adjust, and it's all flexible. And at the end of the day, it's just food. I think all in all, I spent $200 on food pre-trail. On the trail, I did this math, and it's somewhere on my Instagram. I think I spent like $20 on food. I'm a vegan. There wasn't really any places to eat. My dog was with me in Breckenridge, where there is vegan restaurants, so I couldn't even take him anywhere. Like, there was nowhere for me to go that I could bring him. And I'm just honestly a cheap girl. I don't like spending money. I did get a vegan breakfast burrito in Twin Lakes that I still think about, and an iced coffee. But besides that, it's such a short trail. It's only on trail for like 26 days. I didn't really need to stop in town, but hike your own hike, do whatever you want, eat big meals in town, drink all the beer you want, like whatever makes you happy. And pack food that is good for you. I am a registered dietitian. I specialize in sports nutrition. I should have said that in the beginning. And I will say, like, this is what works for my body. It's not what's going to be best for you. You're going to have to decide and know and adjust based off of how you feel. This might be way too many calories for someone. This might be not enough calories for someone else. I ran out of storage again, but the gist is do what works for you. I'm going to show you the top-down view of what it looks like after I'm done planning out my meals. Okay, So on either end, I have my train snacks right there, and then I have 1, 2, 3 days of backpacking. Again, I probably have too much food, but I am gonna have dinner on the train on either end so I can eat leftovers there. And I am taking a train, so I can always grab food on the train or at the train station if I eat all of this and I need dinner on either end. But this is how I laid it out. This is exactly what I did for the CT. I just like made a line for each day. So I knew exactly what I needed and could like kind of tally it up. Good luck on your hike. I hope you have such a wonderful time through hiking. And I hope you are well nourished while you're out there.